I guess in this video I'm going to discuss about the pivot to operator in Microsoft SQL Server Management Studio. So at here the definition is pivot operator turns rows into columns. So this is the use of pivot operator. So it turns rows into columns, or we can say in SQL Server you can rotate rows into columns by using pivot operator. So at here this is the basic syntax of pivot operator. So the first part is null pivoted column, and here this is the list of pivoted columns, and here from table. So this is the actual table, and here this is the actual column of actual table. So here I'm using pivot operator. So at here you can use aggregator function like max, min, sum, average, and here give the column name, and here you have to use for, and here in list of provided columns. So list of provided columns here and list of provided columns at this part, both must be same, and here this is the alias. So let's see by example. So at here I'm using the table of pivot underscore tab, and this is the record inside pivot underscore or tab table. So first I'm going to show you. So at here this is the name columns, and here this is the value inside name, Rayon, Russell, Max. So this value I'm going to make into columns. So at here we have to write the code. So first is select a statement. Now hereafter let's take year column. So year is the actual columns, and here I'm going to make Rayon, Russell, Max into the pivoted columns. So at here let's write Rayon, here Russell, next is Max. Now hereafter let's give the table name from the my table name is pivot underscore tab. Now hereafter let's use pivot operator. Now here we need to use add an aggregator function. So I'm going to use some aggregator function, and here I'm going to do the calculation on cells or columns. So at here let's give cells, and here after for operator. So let's give at here for, and here column name that become column header. So at here I'm going to use column name, and inside the name you get at here Rayon, Russell, Max. So at here Rayon, next is Russell, and hereafter Max. Now hereafter, so at here I forget to give bracket. Now here close by bracket, and here give the table alias or name as tab, and hereafter if you want then here you can give order by year. Now if you execute this query, so see at here or Rayon, Russell or Max. So Rayon, Russell, Max was or the value, the row value, okay, and here after applying pivot operator, so this is now converted into columns, and here after the calculating of sum of sal, so this is the value I am getting. So 2010 Rayon or sum sal, this value, and Russell 60,500, Max 13,040, 1,34,800 in 2011 Rayon awesome salary, this value here, and 2010 Rayon has 85,120. sum cell, and here Russell and max value null. So see at here, first I'm going to show you the table, my actual table. Select a star from pivot underscore tab. So this is my actual table here. So this is my actual table, and here name. So at here, see inside the name Rayan Russell Max. So this is the values, or this is the row inside name column. So Rayan Russell Max. So by using pivot operator, so you can convert any row value into column. So see at here Rayan Russell Max. So this value is now converted after executing this two query. So see at here, this is now columns. So see at here year. So year is the actual columns of actual table pivot underscore tab, and here Rayan, Russell and Max. So this the pivoted columns. So after applying pivot columns I'm getting, so this we can say this the pivoted columns, and here inside the pivot sum salves. So this is the aggregator function. I'm doing the salves on some columns, and here after for name. So at here inside the name you get this value, so that we have to give at here name, not year, not sales. So if you give at here any other values like sales, so let's give at here sales. So inside the sales there is no any Rayan, Russell, Max. So if you execute this query, so see at here getting the error message. The reason of error message is the first is incorrect value Rayan. So this is the incorrect value. So in for sales, so sales inside the sales they are finding Rayan, Russell, Max. So there is no any Rayan inside the sales column. So that here I am getting the error message. So if you give at a 4, and if you are applying sales, so you have to give some this values, whatever the sales or values, so you have to include that point. So inside the name I'm going to I have the Rayan, Russell, Max. So this value you can give. So let's give at here, this is the name, and after if you want then you can include 2 here. So if you include at here 2, if you like to include only Rayan, Russell, so there must be 2. So here I'm getting the error message, so it must be 2. So let's execute. There is no any error, so I at here only displaying Rayan and Russell. So if you wanna include the max, so you have to give at a max. So at a max getting the error because it's an invalid column. So because the reason is pivoted inside the pivot, there is no any columns name is max. So you have to provide at a max. So after that the error out. So this the things. So when you want to convert any row or to columns, so by using pivot operator you can do that. So let's see other example. So this time I converted name Rayan, Russell, Max. So if you want, then here you can change year inside year 2010. So 2010, 11, 12. So this value, if you want, then you can convert this value into the columns. So this is the row value. So row value you can convert at here. So let's copy this here, and hereafter paste it down. So here so this time going to, because at here I'm going to give at this point, so that here let's give at a year, and here I'm going to change. So see at here this value could not be same here, error invalid column. So let's give at here name at this place, and here in year you can find 2010, 11, 12. So let's give at here 2010, and here after 2011 and 2012. So at here where I've given this value, so see at here getting the error message because these two are not related. So inside pivoted column I've given 2010, 11. So this value at here this is a different because it must be both and whatever the value you have to give this point and this point must be same. So let's give at here 2010 and here 2011 and 2012. So at here separate by comma, so there is no error. I'm getting this point. So at here I'm getting the error message incorrect here or near syntax near 2010. So when you give at here integer value, so you have to use open bracket and close bracket, open bracket, close bracket, open and close. So now there is no any error. So invalid column, so this value is not finding at here, so that here I'm getting the error. So if you want, then here you can give name. So let's try with name. So there is no any error. Now here there are no any errors. So if you execute this query, so see at here, so at here it's displaying no column, no column, no column, because so at here I've given the bracket, but this point there is no any bracket. So this is the pivoted columns. They have three parameter. Here this has three parameter, here this has three parameter, but the reason is this is in bracket, so compiler could not understand what column at here you are going to provide. So at here now whatever you give the changes at this point, it must be similar or it must be same. So let's give at here bracket bracket. So now if you execute, so you will get the expected output. So see at here 2011 11 10 12. So at here after doing the max, so at here salary or sum of salary of Max, Russell and Ram, it's displaying here bias. So see at here what changes I'm getting from source table and target table. So let's paste that and execute the two query. So see at here this time I applied at here pivoted on year column. So year column. So inside the year, the value is 2010, 11, 12, and 12. So I have to pass 2010, 11, 12, and hereafter I'm doing the sum on sales. So this is the sum on sales. So according to year wise, it's doing sum of sales. So in 2010, the salary sum of sale of Max this value. 2011, the sum of sale of Max 78,000, and 2012 there is no any value. And hereafter see this is the year. So this is the at here name. So name is the actual column of actual table pivoted table. So at here after applying pivoted operator, so at here this value is now, so this 2010 11 12 converted into columns. So after that we are getting this value. So this is the way we can convert any row into columns by using pivoted operator. So this is the actual column and this is the pivoted columns, and here from pivoted table. So this is the actual table. Here after pivoted pivot operator sum of sales for year. So year you can get at your 2000 this value here. This is the tab. So if you changes anything here, year is, let's give at a year 1. So compiler could not understand what is the year. So at here getting the message invalid column name year. So because year doesn't exist inside pivot underscore tab. So if you give at here cells, so see at here column cells. So if you execute here, so this time there is no any errors, but after compile time, so at here this is giving or unexpected output, because inside the cells there is no value, there is no any value 2010 11 12. so that here it's all displaying at here null. And here because in you have to convert 2010 11 12 into the column, so it's doing that it because this is satisfied with this condition, there is parameter same here, value same. So if you like to change at here, let's give at a 2011 and here 2010. So let's see what happens. So see at here, there is no any problem. It's displaying 2011 to it's all in order. But the problem is if you give at here the values inside the cells, there is no any value 2011, 12, and 10. So that here it's all printing blank. So you must consider before you giving the at your columns. So columns, whatever the columns, so and it in year, so this value is exit, so that or this will give the expected output. So see at here this value is exited, so that here it's doing sum on SAS. So these are the things about pivot operator in Microsoft SQL Server Management Studio. So I hope guys this video is helpful for you. So now in this video it's over. So thanks for watching. See you next video. Thank you.